Hello everyone, welcome to VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I'm Sientir, and perhaps if I talk slightly less energetically, my voice will be better in the later episodes. I love this song, by the way. At any rate, we just collected a bajillion quests, because that's what's going on right now. Look at how many quests we've got. This is ridiculous. So, Charr at the Gates is actually a little difficult for where we're at right now. So I need to find another beautiful item. Let's see. I think it's got to be... I don't know. The thing that's most useful to me right now is actually going to be getting more skills. Frenzy is not a very good PvE skill, especially not solo. And Healing Signet is perfectly fine. I'm probably going to keep using it, but it by itself is bluntly less than exciting. So what I'm going to do... Oh, we've got a couple people in Grunt's Regalia over here, it looks like. That's Grunt's Regalia, for people who are wondering. With a fancy hood from one of the holiday events, I believe. So... Haversdan has another quest for us, because of course he does. It says, if you wish to advance your skills as a warrior, you should study under Warmaster Grast in Green Hills County. If you follow the road northwest from town and pay attention to the signs, you shouldn't have any trouble finding Green Hills County. Grast will be near the statue of Balthazar. So that's going to be useful to do. Prince Rurik wants to go fight the Charr. Captain Osric wants a gift for Althea, so we can give him this beautiful feather. He says it's a magnificent feather. One could probably fashion an exquisite riding quill from it, but I believe we need something a bit more regal for Our Lady. Please keep looking. So we can give him a beautiful pearl. He says, a pearl, simple, elegant, but Lady Althea must have something unique and more personal. Please keep looking. I believe he accepts whichever item you show to him last. There are 3 items. I forget what the third one is. I remember the feather and the pearl, but... I'm sure I'll find it. So something I'm actually going to want to do here is, because I'm frankly ill-equipped for this battle up ahead, I'm going to go ahead and use this. So this prevents you from spamming it. And now we have this fire imp that's going to be following us around. It's level 2 because I'm level 2. It basically takes on your level, but you can't use it once you hit level 20. But I want it because, as you might notice, these Charr are like level 5, and I'm like level 2, as has been previously established. So Prince Rurik is level 10, so he's actually like super strong right now. Oh goodness. I'm taking all kinds of damage. Fortunately, there's an Academy Monk over here to help. And we've got some strong guards. I'm getting a ton of experience from these guys. And I'm going to back away from that. Rurik says that's the last of them. Now I can talk to him for my reward. He says, that should teach them to fear the might of Ascalon. You fought well. I see great deeds in your future, young Valerie Peace. Now we can accept this, and he probably gave us a sword that's actually somewhat usable. Yeah, this is way better than our mediocre hammer. And this shield's actually better for us right now than the shield that I have, because this doesn't have any requirement. This does, so it's not giving us that. I think it might be giving us 8 armor, which this would give us 9 while our health is high and gives us a little bit of additional HP. I mean, this gives us more additional HP. I don't know. Either way, I think I'm going to go ahead and swap to this sword over this starter hammer. More damage. Swords attack more quickly. I'm going to go ahead and use this shield. It's not quite as good. Notice this one would bring us up more health. But it's slightly more armor, and I kind of just want to use some of this early starter gear at least. I eventually would like to see if I can get this character... Like, if I do get this character up to, like, the level 20 range... I can assure you I will want another character slot and wouldn't delete it, but... Because getting all the way up there is a big ask. Warmaster Grast is this way, so that's where I want to go, because I want to go get myself... I want to get myself some more warrior skills. Particularly, he'll get me Sever Artery and Gash, which will be a big help. I can start to get some sort of reasonable skill bar here. So here's the statue of Balthazar. You can actually find this all kind of worn down and moss covered in Guild Wars 2, which I think is really cool. You can also find it somewhat ruined. There's a bunch of Grawl worshipping it in Guild Wars 2 too, actually. But there's... And when we have favor with Balthazar, you can see that it's kind of on fire as well. But anyway, Capo shows up later. But yeah, you can find it post-searing. It's all worn down and stuff too. But Grast says, well, you passed the first warrior's test, but that's not exactly a great measure of your skills, is it? I'll be teaching you a few more advanced techniques, and then you might want to go see if you can find trainers who can teach you other skills. It says, I should warn you that there's trouble on the road. A group of Grawl invaders have camped out not far from here, and have been harassing travelers. If you'd like, I can teach you a thing or two to help drive them off. I'll even lend you a sword if you need one. These creatures must be taught a lesson. So, there's a couple of things that I want to do right now. The first one is sever artery and gash at reasonable locations. The second is I want to get rid of the starter sword because it's absolute junk. Here's Farrah Capo. She says, hello. Hi. How you doing? Why is... what now? Oh, okay. He's Grast, a trainer in the art of protection prayer. Has a different kind of healing. We protectors use skills that help to prevent damage rather than restore health. What brings you here? He says he's only trains those who already become monks. Casual Blackblade trains you in necromancer skills. I'm not sure what secondary profession I want to go for on this character. I'm leaning towards Elementalist just because, like, Elementalist is terrible on a warrior, don't get me wrong. But, the advantage of it is elemental damage is extremely good in this area because everything is super low leveled. We need to come down here and kill off these Grawl invaders. I forget if these stone elementals will fight us or not. I think the Grawl invaders are aggressive. Moss spiders are pretty interesting. They're quite rare. So we just need to kind of stab this guy a few times and we can do this to him. And bleeding is really strong in Pre-Searing because everything has, like, no health. So we need to... How many do we need to kill? We just need to eliminate Grawl invaders. Okay. So you notice a particularly quick drop in HP there. That was from the Deep Wound taking effect. Deep Wound doesn't apply until after they've been hit for damage. So, yeah. That takes care of our Grawl invaders. There weren't very many. A lot of these early quests sound a little bit more grandiose than they are, but that's always how these sorts of things work. So now we just need to make our way back to Grast, who is back this way. This is something, though, that I like about this area, and what you'll notice is that there's a bunch of enemies here that aren't aggressive. They don't aggro on me. I really like that. It really makes the area feel more peaceful. And it's something that I find to be really interesting is setting up the game design to kind of reflect the feel that you want for the area. By having a bunch of the sort of like wildlife type enemies not aggressive to you, it makes the area feel a lot more peaceful. They might be wandering around, and you can fight them, but you don't have to. Anyway, here's Grast. He says, ah, that's a relief. The only good Grawl's a dead Grawl, I say. Grawl are aggressive, by the way. We can read about Balthazar, if we want to, I guess. I accidentally clicked on it, but why not? It says, for weeks did the battle rage on, and those who had taken up the mantle of war grew weary, and their courage began to falter. Then did Balthazar, god of war and fire, appear to the soldiers, carrying with him a grand sword that did glow with such brilliance it blinded any who looked upon it. When he spoke, his voice was like thunder, and it shook the ground with force. Then saith he, lift up thy weapons, for you are my soldiers, and must you be steadfast, strong, and brave of heart. They who neither hesitate nor stumble shall be rewarded. Then shall you have glory, then shall your deeds be remembered for eternity. And then did release from his sword 100,000 flames, which encircled the soldiers, for this was the fire of courage, and forthwith did they follow the god into battle without fear or hesitation. Thence was the enemy struck down. Scriptures of Balthazar 48 BE. Again, BE is before Exodus, AE is after Exodus. It's specifically referring to the exodus of the human gods. Just, so that way you know what's going on. So there's a couple of different options for getting to the place where I'm going. The sort of main option is to just follow the road, which is what I'm going to do right now. But you can actually get there through the catacombs that you can access through Ashford Abbey. And I will potentially go through that route at some point in time in the future. I'm not sure which is faster, but I really like this autumnal, like early autumn scenery. I like the random leaves that drop down. I like the little glowing moats and all the sunbeams. So I'm going to enjoy this beautiful, nostalgic place. I love Pre-Searing Ascalon, and there's nowhere else in this game, or really in the next one, in Guild Wars 2, that are like this place. So I'm quite fond of it. Let's see. I'm not sure if I've taken the right path. There's a bunch of stone elementals. So you notice there's stone elementals and there's hulking ones. Hulking stone elementals are level 3. Anyway, we need to just continue up here. That will get us towards where we're going. I love this area. The hidden stash over there probably just has a bunch of junk equipment in it, if anyone's wondering. We get to some farmlands over here. These are under Duke Barradin's estate. There's a bunch of stuff going on here. I know I showed some of this stuff off, actually, at an earlier point in time, when I was on the previous Valerie piece, who was much older than this character, because this character's brand new. Just made today, a few hours old. If that. An hour, maybe? No. I've played this character for 58 minutes, not even quite an hour old yet, so. Welcome to the world, Valerie piece. Over there is the outpost for this area. I love this music. You know what? Let's increase that volume. See if you can hear the music better. The Barradin estate is up here. I'll probably lower the game volume down a little bit. I adore this music. But I just want to enjoy it a little bit. Just relax. Just relax. Over there's the catacombs entrance, by the way. We can walk into the Barradin estate. Okay, let's go ahead and lower this back down, just to make sure. Some waterfall sounds in the background. So here you can see, for some reason, there's a bunch of players. All in the same guild, interestingly enough. So there's Duke Barradin, and there's Lil Tom. And there's Riley here, the merchant. I assume this is a house? Presumably. But Duke Barradin says, "Greetings, youngster. I am Duke Barradin. I train young warriors in the art of hammer mastery. There's nothing that drives a point home like a hammer's mighty blow, don't you agree? What brings you here?" So we can talk to him. He says, "A net named Agner the Foot has been causing trouble in my vineyard. I could send my guards to deal with him, but if you can defeat him in one-on-one combat, I think it will send a stronger message to the giants that I am not to be toyed with. The trick with the hill giant is to watch for his rage skill and interrupt it. I can give you the hammer bash skill to knock him down when he tries it, and even loan you one of my hammers if you need it, but it will be up to you to time it right and defeat him. I am not afraid." So he gives us hammer bash, which is fine. It's a functional skill. There are better choices for knocking down with hammers, but mostly elite skills. Little Tom is an axe guy. He says, "They call me Little Tom. Yar, they do. I'm the axe trainer in these parts. Not to brag, but I'm the best there is. The fastest, too. What would you like to talk about today? The vineyard problem. There's trouble in the Duke's vineyard. Large aloe seeds, nasty things, running amok. Take care of it, will ya? I'd be grateful, and the Duke would as well, I'd warrant." No problem, I'm on my way. He wants to give me Cyclone Axe and Executioner Strike. I will equip those later. There's no reason to switch between weapons, so I'm just going to take those skills off my bar. I'm just going to keep using this sword because it's going to work. Yeah. I'm not sure what the rage skill is he's talking about. Agnar is not generally been very impressive. Both of these quests are basically in the same location too, so it's pretty easy. I actually did these on the Elementalist that preceded this incarnation of Valerie Peace. I kind of like the Doctor from Doctor Who or James Bond, I guess. But it was super easy on the elementalists because I just like dropped a firestorm and they all burnt. So that was aggressively straightforward. But you can see all of these aloe seeds here. They are typically aggressively weak. So Cyclone Axe, the reason why they give it to you is if you stand in the middle and just hit Cyclone Axe, you'll just like hit all of them. But which might be useful because you can see that there's some healing going on. Okay. Hey, Break Hammer. Shielding Hands is a good skill. As you can see, the large aloe seeds have some durability to them. Ooh, and a natural seed. Whereas the not large aloe seeds are, in fact, quite unimpressive. There was a dude that I could trade unnatural seeds to for something useful. Okay. And then we just have this guy. So, as you can see, that wasn't too bad to do. Here's Agnar the Foot, though. And Agnar the Foot is the guy I want to be taking care of. Ooh, my inventory is getting a little full. Ooh, I got the 3 unnatural seeds I needed for whatever it was that I could get with them. You can see he's got a few more levels on me. But he just got utterly wrecked by Bane Signet, apparently. He wasn't a problem. He didn't even use a rage skill, so I don't know what that was about. But I want to go back to the Barradin estate and turn in my quest. Actually, the other thing I need to do is get rid of this starter axe because it is utter junk, and this, not this break hammer, the starter hammer because it is utter junk. They give them to you just to make sure that you have them, but you're never going to want to use them. Duke Barradin says, you defeated Agnar then. Well, not bad for a beginner. You can keep the hammer for certain, and I expect I won't hear much about Agnar anymore around here. I do, however, expect to hear much more about you. It is a tough world out there for warriors to conquer. I leveled up, so I got some attribute points. I'm going to worry about those in a moment. Little Tom says, I thank you kindly for getting rid of the mallow seeds. That's a load off my mind. And with that, I'm going to spend my attribute points. I am going to take them out of Hammer Mastery and put them in Swordsmanship, because that's what I'm doing. So that gets that all the way up to 10 seconds. So that's pretty sweet. So let's see. What I really want, what I really want, actually, you know, I'm going to go ahead and just use this serrated shield because bluntly it's better, and that sells for money. I'm going to sell some of this stuff I don't need. Like, I don't need this divine symbol. It has uses actually outside of Pre-Searing Ascalon. If you get death penalty on a 55 build, which I might show you at some point in time actually, you will want a divine symbol. You want this divine symbol with a minus 20 health to be able to compensate for how low your health gets. But oh, I still have this starter hammer. I don't need this starter hammer. Get out of here. But anyway, I'm going to sell that and this frost artifact. These can be salvaged technically. Maybe that's useful. I don't need this break hammer. I want to hang on to unidentified stuff because eventually this focus is just not worth buying. My goodness. Oh, I can get this cheapest free shield. I can get the salvage kit and salvage these, but that's not going to save me space just yet, and I want to save up for an identification kit. You can buy a flute, by the way, and give it to Gwen, and she's like, yay! And you can also give her the small girl's cape. But the identification kit is useful. The reason is, identifying these items, there's a chance that they will have the attribute improved sale value, which makes them sell for 50 gold, and it's worth holding out for that possibility. Anyway, that's going to go ahead and be this episode. So, until next time, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.